Nah, nope. Profit. Yo, where you at? Where you at? My homie Lou on the mic. Them other hosts need to stop. They ain't doing it right. If you ain't turned in the Lou, what you doing with your life? Conversation so sharp, it ain't your usual night. We got athletes, entrepreneurs, even celebrities. Politicians discuss nationwide discrepancies. Hardcore tackling issues in our community. Spreading our knowledge, creating an opportunity. Tune in live with Liteskin Lou. 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 Liteskin Lou. Liteskin Lou. Liteskin Lou.
Yes, indeedy. Yes, indeedy. Yes, indeedy. What's up, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Live with Liteskin Lou. I'm your host, Liteskin Lou, and this young lady to my left is my co-host, the lovely Kiki. Today, y'all, we got basketball royalty in the building. But before I introduce this guy, let me thank last week's guest, Randy Gill, aka White Chocolate, for stopping by and showing love. And also thanking you guys for your continued support. So hit that subscribe button if you're new to the channel. And we're gonna get into it, man. I'm gonna introduce this next guest. This guy is one of the finest ball players to come out of the DMV area from a long time. Former Dunbar standout, all Met first team, Pittsburgh University, California, Berkeley University. He is none other than Michael Thrill Gill.
Hey, what's up, y'all? Thanks for having me.
Man, what's up, man? I can't tell you how thankful we are to have you on the channel, man. We're gonna stab right into it, man, because time is of the essence, man. Let everybody know a little bit about yourself and how you got into basketball.
Okay, well, y'all know I'm Mike Gill, from a little neighborhood off Pennsylvania, Minnesota over there. Right there on 28th Street, and that's where I kind of got my love for basketball. I had some other great athletes in the area, and as a kid, we didn't really have a boys club right there, so Randall Highland Elementary School was like the breeding grounds for us. You know, between there and Anacostia Park, we played ball, and I kind of got a love for the game in that area right there.
Wow.
Yeah, that's where a lot of people don't know. That's where I come from, but I ended up at Dunbar and went to a lot of schools, elementary schools. My parents tried to keep me in like the good schools academically in the area, so I went to Ambiz Elementary School for a little while up on Alabama Avenue. And
yeah.
I went over to Stuart Hobson, Watkins Elementary School. So I kind of started meeting people all over. Then I went to Jefferson Junior High School, and that's when I really got into basketball, playing like organized basketball, AAU basketball and stuff like that.
Wow. Did you play any other sports, or was basketball the only sport you played?
Well, we played football in the hood, but I ain't like getting hit too much. I learned that. I got tall. I started getting taller, and basketball, I just had that love for the game. My father kept that ball in my hand. I got to give it to him. He kept that ball in my hand early on.
Wow, man. I love it. You love these stories, man, because you don't be knowing, Kiki, like when you see an athlete coming up through the middle school and high school, you're like, damn, like what other sport do they play? And you never know like what their niche was to make them take on their primary sport.
Yeah.
So I did my research, Mike. Man, you was one of the finest players in the area, man, in your age group. What was that like?
Well, my mother always stayed on top of me about saying, you know, hey, you're gonna be good, but you know, just try to be down to earth with people. So I always tried to live like that. So it went from me, you know, having two left feet, being clumsy at like 10, 11, 12, trying to find my way to 13, 14. I'm one of the better players in the country. You know what I mean? I kept practicing. I had a lot of people to chase to try to make my game you know, just as good as in my neighborhood. You know, still some guys better than me in my neighborhood, and I just worked. I played ball. They would catch me dribbling to Anacostia Park, to Randall Highlands, to Park Naylor Apartments. And I just got better within that 13, 14-year-old. I became an All-American on the AAU circuit around 14, 15. And I was ranked, you know, pretty high in my class with a pretty big class. Vince Carter, Paul Pierce, I was in that 95 class. So all through AAU, it was a battle for me. You know, Ron Mercer. We had Chauncey Billups. We had Kevin Garnett all in my class. You know, I was running up against those guys in AAU and stuff. All, you know, we had a thick class. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, that was a hell of a
Did you
class.
feel any pressure?
I always put a lot of pressure on myself. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, I was always kind of nervous, and all through college, I just put a lot of pressure on myself to want to perform every game, you know? Yeah.
Yeah, that pressure, man. People understand, Mike, like when you put that self-pressure on you, it's nothing like that, man, because at the end of the day, you know, you one of the greats coming through the area. And it's like when you put that pressure on you, it makes you step your game up. You know what I'm saying?
It's either sink or swim, man. I think I represented the hometown to the best of my ability. I represented us pretty good through my walks up Pittsburgh, Compton Community College in California. I think I represented the town pretty well.
Hell yeah, you did, man. Your name was in a lot of barbershop talks. It just, you know, you got so many greats coming through the DMV area, man. But I'm gonna take you back a little bit. Transferring from a small private school, going to the great Dunbar Crimson Tide, man. Walk the people through just that whole experience, because that's, you know, going from private school to going to the hood, right in the middle of Fifth and O, man. What was that experience like?
Man, it was different, you know, catching the train up to Woodley Park Zoo, you know what I'm saying? Get off at the zoo and walk up to Murray. You know, that was my parents. They wanted me to go to private school and get that great education, and I wanted to, you know, compete more on the basketball scene. I had, like you said, like I told you, I had tasted that you know, that basketball. I bit in the apple where it was very competitive at 13, 14 years old. So when I went to Murray, it was kind of more laid back. They weren't really as competitive as a Dunbar, you know, was, and traveling and stuff. So I wanted to go to Dunbar. I went down Dunbar, and it was like night and day, man. But they had a pretty good academic program, pre-engineering program at Dunbar. And but it was wild catching a bus from Southeast over to Dunbar every day, man. You see almost anything, man. You know.
Go ahead, Kiki. Oh yeah, go ahead, Kiki. I know you got a question.
Oh, so you want me to start on mine?
Yeah, go ahead to your questions, Kiki.
Okay. You got me early this time.
Yeah, I'm getting you early because I know this your man Mike Gill. So yeah, go ahead and get that party started early.
Okay, so let me see what I got for you. What would you say, what basketball players were you most influenced by coming up?
Man, that's a good question, but all the local guys, people used to send me film. I had a guy, Mike Brown. He used to work for like an agent. He was in the basketball world, and he used to give me video highlight tapes of everybody, man. Like Sam Cassell, Michael Finley, Greg Miner. It was a lot of guys that was like 6'6" and playing my position. But and I looked at all of them and tried to add something to my game from their game. But Lawrence Moulton was a big impact on me coming from this area. Like guys like Johnny Rose, Vaughn Jones, you know, those guys were like a couple years older than me, and they were doing what I wanted to do. I wanted to get recruited by colleges, and and that's what they were doing. So I was trying to be like them, you know. When I was 13, 14, they were 16, 17, and they would come back with these stories about playing against Allen Iverson. And so we would hear about, you know, some of the better players from the older guys. But yeah, I looked up to all of these guys, you know, Donald Ford, had a bunch of guys. I try to look at that 6'6" mold and try to see what I could do to be great like them.
Okay. And I think you answered this already earlier when we were talking, but who are some of the pros you've played with over the years?
Okay. Man, it's a bunch. It's a list of them, because I was always young playing with the older guys.
Okay,
Sam
okay.
Still would take me down the Urban Coalition. I don't even think I was supposed to be playing. And I would play. I
You
play in
ain't even
pro
care
league.
though.
I'd be playing in pro league here and there. But I played with almost everybody. Stephon Marbury back in high school, he was a good friend of ours. We were always running to him in the, in these tournaments and high school tournaments and stuff. Um, Chauncey Billups, Vince Carter, Baron Davis, a lot of people out on the West Coast, we played against. I mean, you can name them at that time. We played against them in the Rutgers or in the Urban Coalition, Penny Hardaway, Nick Anderson, Shaq, all those guys used to come down to Urban Coalition.
Yeah, those are some good ones too.
Yeah,
Yeah, he
definitely.
Yeah,
naming them names, boy. Them
yeah.
names, they just ring a bell. Y'all, hey, look, y'all don't even understand, man. That level of competition, man. He just named guys who was in the NBA for decades. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah,
that's just letting y'all know the competition that he was, had to filter through, man.
yeah,
Yeah.
it was rough back then. Yeah, to get a name and get ranked in the country. Hey, I
Mhm.
was probably 15 parade All-American, but I told you the guys that were in front of me, if I had came out like a year before or something, I might have been #1 in the country. But I got Kevin Garnett, I got all these goons in my class. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Throughout your basketball career, who would you say was your best coach and you learned the most from?
Oh man, that's tough. Gotta go probably Mike McLeese, my high school coach at Dunbar. He was
Coach
just
Matt.
yeah. Coach Mack was just so cool, man. Very intelligent. You know how to talk and deal with people on a level. I try to kind of follow his footsteps as far as how he dealt with people. His determination to be great, he was just a good guy and let us play ball and develop us. He threw us out there to the wolves. If you wasn't ready at Dunbar, it would show. You end up on junior varsity fast.
And Mike, well, look, Mike wasn't having none of that shit.
Yeah, you could end up on JV if he throw you out there, you can't hang, man. But that prepares you for college, playing for a great coach like that. So when I go to college and the practice are intense like that,
Mhm.
I had already been through the fire at Dunbar, playing against other great players, Nate Langley, Claude Green, Earl Tyson, Frank Chambers. We had a squad up there. So it was like a college practice, actually.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So,
Wow.
so when you went on, I think you might have this question, Lou. So, but I was gonna ask him when he went on and played with Pitt and UC Berkeley. After did you think about going to the NBA or
Yeah.
what did you?
It,
Okay.
it get tricky at that point once you don't get drafted. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Have representation, an agent that's pushing you into these arenas, into these facilities, into these NBA teams. If you don't have somebody with some leverage with these teams pushing you, and then it's kind of hard to get in there. But yeah, I did have aspirations of playing in the NBA, but it didn't seem to work out like that. I played overseas for a year
Okay. Okay.
from home.
Yeah, because you had the skills.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You
Mike.
could have been in there.
yeah.
Got you.
I got burnt out and injury prone once I got like towards the end of I was just basketballed out. I had gave it everything I had by
Mhm.
99. We ended up winning the NIT at University of California.
Yes. Yeah, I love that, man. That was, hey, Mike, that's when you made us proud, man. I think you dropped, what, 22 points in that game, man, against
Yeah,
Clemson?
yeah.
Man,
All
that was a beautiful thing, baby.
in one half, man. Yeah, I'm sorry. You saw that, huh, man?
Yeah.
A lot of people remember that game. That was like highlight of my career, though. We weren't fortunate enough to make the NCAA. So we made the NIT, and I just put my best foot forward and said, hey, I can play a little more selfish. I was trying to play team ball, and really, I think if I was a little bit more aggressive, I could have maybe made a bigger impact on our team. making the NCAA tournament. So
yeah.
I kind of took it out on the teams in the NIT, and we won it all.
Yeah, y'all was coming out the Pac-10, right? This was the
Yeah,
Pac-10.
Pac-10 back then. It's
yeah.
still now, but yeah, it was the Pac-10 back then.
Look at you, Lou.
Hey, look, I would tell you, man. I used to follow that Pac-10, man. The Big East,
yeah,
Big 12, man.
You was up late at night, huh?
Yes. Hey, you better go preach, man. I love going to school the next day, mad and tired. I don't know what your team lost, man. You be
catch them Pac-10 games on the East Coast.
Yes, because all that shit was 10:30, 10 o'clock. You wasn't going to bed till 12 o'clock and find out your team lost, man.
Mike, what would you say was some of your best memories playing basketball?
My best memories probably we won a lot in AAU. We lost one game to Anacostia in my 10th grade year at Dunbar, and then we won 40 straight games. That was a big accomplishment for us as a team. We were selected that same year to represent the United States in the International School Federation basketball tournament in Athens, Greece, at Dunbar. So we went over to Greece and we won that whole tournament, playing against international players over in Greece. And we ended up 40-1 that year. So that was a big memory. I won the junior high school championship at Jefferson Junior High. Before that. And then when you start becoming, ranked in the country back then, you in those magazines, that was memory being in Street and Smith.
Street Smith, baby. You better go preach, man. Hey, Kiki, I don't know if you remember the Street Smith. That junk used to be in the Safeway and the Giants. I used to steal them joints out the store and everything, trying to find out who was the hottest and who had the latest game in that joint, man.
I don't know that magazine. All I know is Right On magazine and Sister to Sister.
Look, hey, Gill, she don't even know. She missed a lot out on that, man, because Street Smith is that was a basketball Bible.
Yeah.
Okay.
If anybody in here, man, y'all know Street Smith was, if you wanted to know who was the hottest and who was the next prospect, Street Smith book, that was the Bible right there.
Yeah. So, and also winning the NIT at Cal, and then just all the people that I've networked and met, that was one of my also one of my goals was to network with as many people that accepted me and showed me love. I would show them love back and network with them, and I still got friends like all over the country, New York, Pennsylvania, up at Pitt, California, Compton. I got friends everywhere just based off basketball, and basketball was the bridge to a lot of relationships. So
yeah, those are some good memories.
Hell yeah.
These are some good memories. You want me to go to the chat? I still have some other questions, but they're not related to kind of like.
Go to the chat real quick, because the streets is speaking to Mike Gill, man. They found out Mike Gill on this drink. The streets is coming in here, man. They trying to wrap it up with Mike Gill. Yeah, Kiki, go ahead and hit the streets over there.
Okay, so Savage Nation 51 is kind of similar to a question I had. So let me ask you. He wants to know, what's your top 10 players from DC DMV playground to pros?
Top 10 players. I hate doing that, right? Because
I put you on the spot.
There's so many great players from around here, man. Like, it's unreal. There's some players you haven't seen play, like Stacey Robinson. I didn't get to see him play, but he went to Dunbar. He's like arguably one of the best ever out of here, but I didn't get to see him play, but I would have to put him on the list.
Yes.
Because, out of respect for his game. But, I got to put Lawrence Moten up there. I got to put my man Kurt Smith up there. You got to put DeMar Johnson, Michael Beasley, Kevin Durant. Who else? It's so many of them.
It's thick, man.
Yeah, I hate to. It's like an insult when you leave.
Because as soon as you get off the show, 2 days later, they're going to be like, Gill, man, I seen you on this podcast, man. You ain't put me in your top 10, dog. Like, what's going on?
You ain't put me in the top 10, you know what I'm saying? But it's just so many greats, man. You got guys like Henry Hall, man. They can shoot that jump from the parking lot. You got Walt Williams. You know, I was really a student of this game. You know, you forget about a guy like Walt Williams, who was one of the first big point guards to bring the ball up court. He like 6'8".
Yes.
With the crossover in the ACC, like killing the ACC. You know, it's a Monty Williams out of Potomac. You know.
Yes. Yes. Coaching the he coaching. We coaching Phoenix now, right?
Yeah, he coaching.
Yeah, Phoenix Suns.
Yeah. Johnny Rose. I could just name great players from around here, you know.
So basically what he's saying, Big Zoe, is, man, look, he gonna plead the fifth on that one. He gonna politic around that joint, man. It just says a lot of great players to come out of the area.
It's too many to put in though, man. You know.
Yeah, I had 5 as mine, so he said 10, so I just went with it. But I had top 5, so
my favorites. There's my great friends, you know, like Greg Jones. You know, these dudes will put up 40, 50 points. Lyndon DeBella, you know, it would be a Bootney Green. These are playground and could have been NBA players that were great, man. And the bet on the streets was, is Bootney going to have 50 at the summer league? You know, everybody, the buzz on the street before Dunbar would be, is Bootney going to have 50 today, man? What's going on? We want to know, you know what I'm saying? Let's bet, you know.
Yeah.
You know, that was the excitement back in the 90s, you know, the early 90s for us.
Let me see. He got another question, too. He wanted to know, what advice can you give the youth nowadays that want to go pro?
The youth that I would give, the advice I would give is just to work hard. You know, don't get caught up in all of this politics. You know what I mean? Don't get caught up in telling your kid that they're the best player ever. You know, hard work always pays off. I would tell them to work on your skill level. Try to go play against other good players. That's what elevated my game when I started playing with pros. And I noticed that I couldn't lead the ball down below my waist. They, you know, their hands were so fast. It would be 5 hands in there trying to strip the ball away from you when you play with pro guys or better. You know, that next level of players. You couldn't just be fooling around just with the ball recklessly. But yeah, I would tell them to just play hard, man. Stay the course. You know, play hard, work on your skills every day. You know, that's how I got better. I kept the ball in my hand every day. Anybody on this stream from my neighborhood to tell you, man, they saw me with that basketball in my hand from 12 up until I made it out of you know, high school.
Okay.
Yeah.
And Darsu Abdul said, do you ever think about coaching one day?
Yeah, I did dabble in the coaching for a little bit, but the parents nowadays are just, man.
What's the problem out there, Gill?
Yeah, I had a situation where I just saw, like, coaches. We had an AAU basketball team. They were like 9, 10 years old or 10, 11 years old, and the junior high school coach would come to the game and just try to tell the parent that the kid should be getting more playing time and he should be doing this, he should be playing this position, the ball should be in his hand more, and not understanding that AAU basketball is like you on an all-star team. You kind of get what position you can and you go out there and get the minutes you can and you try to do the best you can. And I just didn't like how the parents were trying to stir stuff up with the coaches. And my mother told me to go up number 10. As long as none of the coaches bothering you, you better play ball, you know, and listen to them. You know what I mean? They not mistreating you. I don't want to hear nothing about it, you know what I'm saying? So it's a little different nowadays. I never thought I would be like an old man saying that, you know what I'm saying, the game has changed and it's gotten different, but it has gotten a lot different.
Okay.
So I kind of fell back from coaching because I didn't want to get into nothing with these parents, actually.
Yeah, and that was Lonzo's next question because he wanted to know if you were coaching or training any youth, you know.
Yeah, well, I do train. Like, I got friends with kids, and if you my friend and you ask me, come give your kids some pointers. I have done that a lot. You know what I mean? I was asked to work with a kid named Jaden Akins at Michigan State, and he's doing pretty good out there. I caught him early on and showed him some things, some drills that actually the general manager for Detroit, Troy Weaver, he used to work us out a lot when we were kids for free. And as you can see how far it's taken him. You know what I mean? He's a general manager for the Detroit Pistons, and he used to work us out at Columbia Park and all these different places for free. So I try to use a lot of the workout stuff he showed us, and I give it to the kids. And a lot of that stuff you can go home and work on yourself once you know the drills.
Yeah, because you got a lot to offer, Mike, man. Your game, inside, outside, man, you had it all, man. You like you just got the knowledge, man, and passing on to another kid. I'm imagining that it's a great thing, man.
Yeah, I try to utilize it like that. Somebody comes to me personally and asks me to work out their kid, I'll definitely give them, take them in. I've been doing it for a few people.
Yeah. So yeah, what we got next, Kiki? What we got?
I have some more questions, but it's like kind of like life after basketball. So I'll let you go ahead because you got some basketball questions, I'm sure. So I'll let you go ahead.
The coach, she gonna let me take back over, Gill. She gonna pass the mic back to me, man. Look here, man. If y'all just getting in here, hit that like button, man. We got basketball royalty in the building, man. Michael Thrill Gill. Just say that middle name, Thrill. That's like Michael Jackson, Thriller. So basically, what he telling y'all, when he touched the ball, man, he gonna perform for y'all. And that's a lovely thing, man. Over the years, I've been to, man, Dunbar, man, Bury Farms. I watched you perform all over the place, man. So my next question to you, Gill, is, that transition from going from Dunbar, which was a basketball powerhouse, and then going to Pitt. I think Pitt was at that point the Big East, right?
Yeah, that was the Big East.
Yeah, what was that experience like?
It was it was the coach there, Ralph Willard. He was a stickler, man. He was trying to. I wasn't used to a coach being on me like that. I had it so smooth because I was a good kid. I had my academics together, so I wasn't used to a coach getting on me like that, and it just didn't work out for me. I ended up leaving after my freshman year. But I think back, maybe I should have stayed and toughed it out. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. But
I feel like, man, like following you from Dunbar, y'all had a squad, man. So I always felt like you had more to offer because playing with a whole lot of talent like that, you never really get a chance to, because you got to win at the rate in which you guys won at. Every great player had to sacrifice something.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm imagining like going off to college, it was like, damn, I'm going to show these motherfuckers like I can really play. And I felt like you never got a chance at Pittsburgh to do that.
Yeah, I didn't, man. It was just constantly, this coach trying to, be on my case, what I felt like, you know what I'm saying, for no reason. So it just didn't work out. And once I got out of there, my college career was real smooth. Everything was peaches and cream after that.
Yeah. You hold up. You had a little pit stop before you went to California. I think you played JUCO in Compton.
Yeah. I went to Compton College, man.
Yeah. Hey, so hold on. You went from the East Coast to the West Coast, man. Now, I ain't no rocket science, but I do know Compton is one of the toughest, probably neighborhoods ever. So I'm just curious, what was that experience like playing in Compton, man? I'm pretty sure you got some stories, man.
Man, I got a bunch of stories, man. Compton was, once you grow up in this area and, to mind your business and kind of, stay out the way, it's easy to go other places, honestly, and stay out the way. You know what I mean? Because you had to just, growing up in Southeast D.C., you got to mind your business. So, but the story behind that was Coach Smith, Kurt Smith, played at Drake University, and Rudy Washington was his head coach at Drake. So he had some ties to some people I knew back here. And Rudy left Drake and ended up being the coach at Compton College.
Okay.
And Rudy was the head of the Black Coaches Association. He was also really high up in Adidas when all that AAU stuff was going on. And he took me in with open arms. And as soon as I got there, it was college coaches recruiting me all over again. You know, the first day I was at Compton, so I felt kind of comfortable being there. Like, you know, after leaving Pitt, you wonder, am I going to get recruited some more?
Yeah.
And that's why I went to junior college, so I could just play. I didn't have to sit out, because initially I was going to transfer from Pitt to Wake Forest with Tim Duncan. And that didn't end up working out, so I just said, let me go to junior college. It's getting late. It's like August, September. Let me go into Compton College and play this year and get recruited all over again. As soon as I landed in Compton, working out, and college coaches, Dirk Wittenberg and Coach Charles Ramsey from University of California, they were on campus letting me know I had a place to go. I had a college to go to next year after I finished at Compton. So that was a good feeling.
Yeah, man. Hey, look, because I was following you, man. It was like, damn, okay, we're big fella gonna land it, and then you landed in California, man. I mean, it's pretty sure going from Compton to California, which is right out there. You landed right there with the Golden Bears, man. What was that experience like when you was able to get back to that D1 level? What was that experience like?
Oh man, it was a great feeling, you know, to just, somebody wants you there, and we want you to come here, Mike, and leave all that stuff behind you, man. We just want you to play ball and go to class and enjoy this college experience. You know, it was way different from Pittsburgh, you know what I'm saying? Coaches like, they like, you can eat free here, and here, you know what I'm saying? We just want you to come play ball, baby, you know? So it was a whole different experience. It was a great experience, Berkeley, the weather's beautiful. You know, it's a lot of pro-black, blackness going on out there. You know, I was kind of raised around that here in DC, my parents. So it was just it was a good experience for me, man. They embraced me out there at Cal, man. I had a ball playing out there.
Yeah. So when you went to Cali, right? I'm pretty sure you was over there for a long period of time. So when you had a chance to come back to the DMV area, was that mindset like, all right, I'm gonna show them what I've been up to? Coming back playing in the, the Kenner League, the Bury Farms League. Was your mindset like, I'm gonna show them that I've really been up here putting that work in?
Oh yeah, definitely. You definitely want to come home. That's one thing, man. We had like so many great players around here. You better bring your A game. You better be trying to show what you got every time you step out on the court, because somebody trying to take your lunch, man. You go down Bury Farms, Bury Farms used to be really tough, a real tough, like more street oriented league, you know what I'm saying? So you had to come down there with your A game, man. I always wanted to come back and show, my progress that I've been working on. And I used to be in tip-top shape in California, man. I had met a couple people, and we used to just work out all the time, run the sand dunes, run the sand hills. There's a lot of stuff you can do in California because of the weather that you can't do here. All year round, you can kind of work outside in Cali.
Yeah, that Cali, like, hey, Kiki, look, when he go to Cali, he like, yeah, I'm from DC. They look at you a little different when you come over here from all the way from the East Coast to Cali. I'm imagining they look at you like, man, that's the dude from DC. So I'm imagining that makes you put more work in, man. So a real good friend of mine, man, Derek Halls, man, he hit me up, and he told me about the Source Travel team, man, that y'all had going on, man. What was that experience like, being on that travel team?
Oh man, we had a ball, man. The Source, Derek and Dave Mays, it was just an honor to know those guys that own that magazine, and they show so much love and give back to the young guys and try to give us an opportunity to show our game and travel. And they would put us up in the nicest hotels, man, and we would just go out there and do our thing, try to represent and beat whoever was on the court. But man, we went everywhere, man. We at the Source Awards every year. We went to Boston and played some dudes, we went to New York all the time, played in the Rutgers. they always had somebody that wanted to play ball back then. You know, people thought they could play, or they got their team, they got their guys from their neighborhood. And the Source would just suit us up, say, come on, let's go. They would rent out a gym, or we'd be in a tournament, and we get it on, man.
Yeah, that's that basketball life, man. Source Awards. Dirk told me to ask you about the Source. What's up with the Source? You know, Dirk be laying it on thick. He said, man, ask that Bam about the Source Awards, man.
Man, we had the keys. We had the keys to the city, man. Like, you know, they would fly a whole plane of DC guys out there, including us and the basketball players, and they would just let us, you know, enjoy the Source Awards. You know, like from an insider's perspective, we had, you know, backstage passes. We had platinum passes. I had tickets. I would sell tickets. We stayed in the hotel with all the stars, you know. Remember people knocking on my door. It's like Bone Thugs and Harmony knocking on my door asking for blunts. I'm like, who is this at my door, man? So we you know, we enjoyed ourselves, man. We got to meet everybody, you know, back then. All the stars, I mean, you can name them, man. You know, we just had full access to everybody. It was like our party. It was our show.
That's right, man. If y'all just getting in here, man, look at this, man. Big Gill in the building, man. Michael Gill, DMV's finest, man, in here telling us stories that I ain't even know about. That's why I love getting guys like you, because I know we know the basketball stories on, you know, the basketball court.
Right.
What intrigues me the most is hearing the backstories. Like my man Dirk hit me up and was telling me everything that was going on. I said, I'm gonna ask Big Gill about that,
man. They had it so, man. We like our rooms were on the Source credit card, and we just ordering champagne and we got limousines. You know, they really let us do our thing, man.
Wow.
You know? Yeah, man.
Yeah, man.
But yeah, we gonna change the temperature, because let me tell you, Gil, when I was, you know, start reaching out to basketball players, Kiki was like, man, we gotta get my man Mike Gill in here.
Oh yeah,
we gotta get him in, man. So because you know, y'all, you know, Kiki, I'm gonna go ahead and pass the baton back to Kiki, because I know she still got like 1,000 questions, man. So Kiki, go ahead and have at it, Kiki.
Okay, so I got a couple of questions, but it's a few that came in the chat. So I'm gonna read those first.
Okay.
So, Savage Nation, he wanted to know any basketball camps coming in the future.
No, I don't have any camp set up right now, but I am in full support of Ward 5 Warriors. Those are my guys. I'm kind of like behind the scenes trying to help them get their AAU program started. So if I can push you anywhere, it would be check out Ward 5 Warriors and any events that they got going on. I'll also support Team Durant as well. Yeah.
Okay, you heard that, Lonzo? Make a note of that now.
Yeah, you can locate them and see what trial. I know they got trials and stuff going on, and yeah, I support what they got going on, actually.
Okay. And Preston Daniels had something, but I'm gonna hold that for a minute because it leads me into what I want to talk about. So I'm gonna hold that for a minute. But Jamar Hill, he wanted to know, do you still ball today with some of the greats in the DMV?
Not really. I'm into like mountain bike riding and stuff like that now because of my old injuries. Like my ankles, they done, man. My ankles are shot out here, man. I can step on a little pebble and my ankle would twist, man. so I'm glad that I never tore my knees up and stuff like that. So I kind of take it light on the basketball. I just try to pass on what I got to the youth or whatever.
Okay.
Yeah.
And Eddie B said, what year did you come out of Dunbar?
I came out of Dunbar in 95.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see. So Preston Daniels, okay. So it's about my next question, really. It's kind of related to it. So what I wanted to ask you was, I wanted you to tell us about your music career. Are you still doing music? Your MC named Payroll Slim. Are you still doing music?
Nah, I ain't doing music no more right now, man. They've been asking me. They've been asking me to do it, man. But I just put so much money into it, and it's no return on your money, you know.
Okay.
When I first I was getting involved in it, I went and sat down with all my OGs. I went and sat down with Jay Prince. I went down and sat down with Chris Gotti from Murder Inc., who I had got a producer signed with him back in the days, you know what I mean?
Santana, right?
Yeah, I got Chink Santana signed with them. Because I was always looking to use my basketball relationships to try to get somebody else from DC in position. That's what I was doing. Even at that young age, I think back, I'm only 19 or 20, but I'm like selling beats to Murder Inc. and you know, I'm trying to make something happen for the city. But yeah, what was the question again? I'm sorry, I got away from.
No, you answered. I wanted to, so he Preston Daniels was saying that you and Lou should make a mixtape together.
Oh yeah.
And so I was asking about the
about the music.
I was holding that because I was going to ask about music. We still doing
good job, Kiki. Good job.
So when I sat down and talked to the guys before I got into the music, they Jay Prince and Chris Gotti were like, nobody's putting money into music like that no more, and that they couldn't help me like they could years ago. Like, you know, Chris Gotti bought a beat for me for $10,000. Chink's first beat for $10,000. Just called downstairs. Yeah, I need a $10,000 check cut for this beat, and it was that easy, you know. He was like, it ain't like that no more. You know what I'm saying? He was like, beats go for $100 out here.
Yeah.
On the internet, getting sold on YouTube and stuff like that. Yeah. So I still put a project out because I was still trying to help use my relationships to help one of these rappers. That's what the whole thing, the Hoodlums thing.
Yeah, I got the Hoodlums Volume 1 album.
Yeah, you got that. Yeah, they want me to do some more. I'm thinking about putting out another project, but I try to do it right. It'd just be a lot of money out my pocket. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Yeah.
Was Hoodlums the production company, or was that?
The Hoodlums was just a whole concept I had. It's really helping our own develop and learn unity for mankind's success. That's what my Hoodlums meant. And it's just me trying to bring guys together and put this project out and hopefully, you know, spark one of these artists to go, you know, further. So that's what it was all about.
Okay.
And it was about, you know, also community-based. I sponsored a couple boxers. You know, the whole Hoodlums movement was just helping our own develop and learn unity for mankind's success. That's what I was kind of pushing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, you know, since we talking about the music and stuff, I was watching an interview the other day, and you know, you spit a little something for the person that was interviewing you.
Oh yeah,
so you still got it. You want to spit something for us?
Oh man,
I should go put you on the spot like that, Gill. Come on,
man.
You was killing it though, you know. So I don't know. I know you're not doing music right now, so you might not have that. But, you know. but the floor is open if you like to spit a little something for us.
The floor is open. I'm gonna give you something off this 125 bar.
Okay.
I'm in the 6 bumping Keisha Coles, Chief and O's. Money over chicks, you can keep them hoes. Fleets of Rolls Royces. Old school like sisters with voices. On South Beach eating oysters. I got a chick to stay up in the cloisters. Her to stay wet, but her mouth be the moistest. And I don't know where the love went, but I ain't talked to that chick since she left her husband. Don't hustle no more. I done changed my game plan. Did a 5-year stretch. Came home a changed man. My ice so bright it could hurt your retina. I got suits by Armani, my shirts by Zegna. Exhaust by Boiler, Porsche with the spoiler. Night vision caddy, look like you underwater. Bottles I pop cost more than you pay for a quarter. Neighbor got hot because I've been banging his daughter. I don't want to keep going.
Okay, you still got it.
Yeah.
Okay, big fella. Okay, hey, look, we about to go YouTube live with this. We about to shut the joint down. Okay.
Yeah, man.
I wasn't trying to put you on the spot, but you know, I was watching the interview. I said, okay. I said, when we get him, I'm gonna see if he's still doing music. I'm gonna ask him to get something for us.
They've been trying to get me back in there. I've been listening to some beats though, trying to put some stuff together.
Yeah,
you should do something, Mike.
Gil say he from the school of I stay ready. Don't
Yeah,
play with him,
I
Kiki.
can't
Talking to
let
them like
Kiki
that.
call me out, man. I don't deliver something, man.
That man spit the bars, man.
I
Did
figured
it
you
up.
probably had something in the chamber, you know.
Yeah, you gotta keep something up top, man.
Oh man, I love
Let,
it,
let me
man.
ask you. So I know, so you got your own business now, right?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, tell us about your business and the name of it, and
Okay, well, I do car hauling. I got a 4-car trailer and a dually, and I got a contract with like Nissan, moving cars, Nissan from the ports off the boats directly to the dealerships. So
wow,
yeah, I started off, as you know, Kiki. I started off with the building engineering and the HVAC, and I just grinded that out and saved my money and kept running into these project managers that would kind of like pick at the big black guy and try to provoke you and get something out of you. So I said, I think it's time for me to switch over to my own business, and the trucking seemed like something that could work for me, type of money that could sustain my lifestyle, and I could work for myself. So it's doing pretty good.
That's wonderful. Yeah, I always see you on social media. You always be hauling all them cars. I think it's called payroll car and freight.
Payroll car and freight.
Yeah, that's all right. That's
Yeah,
good.
Kiki,
That's
she be on.
good.
Hey, Gil, Kiki be on her grind. She be on the spot.
I see,
Everything.
Kiki. Y'all, both of y'all done did y'all research, man.
Yeah, man. Because Gil, I feel like, man, interviewing a guy like you, man, who've done so much, just in the basketball world and the community, it's an insult to have you to show up, man, and not at least do your homework on these, on guys like you, man, because you have so many stories to tell, and I just feel like it's a disrespect to have you show up and not be loaded, with great and good questions, and you only get that when you do the research.
Yeah, y'all definitely give me some great questions, like you said, bringing those stories out of me, Yeah.
Yeah, and ever since I met you, I've been following you. So I've been doing my research now. When I said, oh, we should get him on the show. So I've been doing my research, but I still had some things I remembered.
Yeah,
so I jotted them down. But I
know
when
y'all
the
do
album
all this
came
stuff.
out, I had that album.
Y'all double team. Both of y'all know stuff, man.
Well, hey, look.
Y'all got the inside track on me, man.
Yes, but I got it late. Now, hey, look, I'm gonna call you out on this one, right? Now, over in Jamaica, I think it was a week ago. Now, a good friend of mine told me to ask you, how's your arm doing? He told me you took a jump off the joint, man, and just went straight in the water, man.
Hey, man, I went to Rick's Cafe, so for years, we go every year, man. And I've been trying to get my heart up to jump off that cliff, right?
Yeah.
So I finally give the heart, man. I got my boys with me. I got Derek with me. I'm going off the cliff this time, right? I go off the cliff, and I'm all like this.
You jump like a white boy jump,
man, and smack this arm on that water. Man, it was all purple and red, man.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, that pressure was hard.
I done put on some weight. I hit that water like a bowling ball, man. Man, everybody looked.
Man.
They heard me hit that water like a whale. Everybody looked, man.
So was it scary? I always wanted to jump off of there. Next time I go, I only been to Jamaica one time years ago, but I said when I go back, I was going to do that.
Right. So the mistake I was making, I kept going and looking over, and I never jumped. So this time I just walked up and jumped. But once I jumped, I was scared as hell, man. I was like in the middle of the air, like, oh, this is high. You know what I mean?
Oh, man.
I'm like, this is high up, man. Damn.
So is the key not to put your arms up and keep them down?
They say you're supposed to put them like this or like by your side.
Okay.
Like right in front of you, straight down.
Gil was out that joint doing the butterfly like he was about to fly off.
Yeah. Once I walked up and just jumped, then I had to figure it out. You know what I'm saying? I was like, oh my goodness.
Well, you can count Liteskin Lou off because I ain't doing nothing like that.
Yeah, he's not gonna do it, but I'm gonna try. I don't know why. You should just do it.
Yeah,
It's gonna be fun.
yeah, it was fun.
Can two people go at one time?
Nah, you can't go at one time because
Okay.
yeah, it's
Okay.
dangerous, because it's like rocks and stuff down there.
Mhm.
Y'all have a mishap.
Okay. Well, I was gonna say I'll hold your hand and we could go, but
You can miss me with that, Joe. I ain't gonna. No, I video you though. I ain't gonna go out there, Joe.
Yeah, that's what everybody got their cameras out the video.
Yes.
Ain't too many people walking up, jumping off of there.
Okay, I got another. Lucius, do you got more basketball? You want me to switch it? What I was doing?
Nah, Kiki, do your thing.
Okay, so let me switch it up a little bit. So I know you're a big boxing fan.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, so we're gonna ask you a few questions about boxing. We're gonna switch it up. So the first thing I wanted to know, who's your favorite boxer?
Favorite boxer?
Yeah.
Right now?
Whoever.
Active. Oh yeah, I like Javante Davis. I gotta go with the homie Tank. He been up at the gym with the homies, and they've been telling me about him since he was young. That he was coming up there wrecking shop, and he ain't been doing nothing but that. So I gotta rock with him. But it's a lot of other nice boxers out there. I like Gary Antoine Russell.
That's a good one.
He's sharp. He knocking stuff out. Just as far as the local guys. But Devin Haney is sharp.
Yeah.
Earl, I'm a big Earl Spence fan, but I just don't know how solid he is after that accident.
Yeah, I think something ain't right after that accident.
To me, it seemed like something ain't right after that accident.
I'm kind of scared for him.
Yeah, like I see they taking their time with him for placing him in these fights, but I think that accident like really messed him up. Like
I think so too.
Yeah, they
Because
say
I feel like he
accidents
ain't been
like
the
that.
same since. I don't think he's been the same since.
They say accidents like that take a little bit away from you. You
Man,
survive it, but it takes a little bit from you.
Right.
Yeah, he could have died. That was like a serious accident.
He flipped that joint, man. He flipped that car, man.
Yeah, that was crazy.
And I think about stuff like that. Like if he didn't have that money to have that fast car, that probably wouldn't have happened. Like Kobe, if he didn't have money to catch a helicopter wherever he wanted to go, that might not have happened. So a lot of times, I see over the years, our brothers, talented and make this money, but might not be all the way ready to deal with everything that comes with it. A lot of basketball guys, mentally you got to be strong, to deal with that stardom and that money.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
That's
Especially when you start out real young, you really don't know what is coming in fast, and you're young, you don't really know what to do with the money.
Right. You don't know what to do with it. You want to go buy this fast car, but you can't even really drive like that. Then you go have a drink or something, one drink will mess some of them boxes up. Their system so clean, you end up flipping your car.
Yeah. So they got a big fight this weekend. Caleb Plant versus Benavidez. Who you got on that fight?
I ain't too familiar with them like that.
Okay.
Okay. I haven't been following them like that.
Okay.
All right, well, I got one for you.
Yeah,
Since you don't know, I got one for you. Tank Davis versus Ryan Garcia, April the 22nd. Who you got and why?
Well, I gotta keep riding with Tank, man. I gotta keep riding with Tank because he got that dog in him, man. They was telling me that he has this dog in him, and I ain't know what they were saying. You can say that, but in every fight, you can see that dog come out of him when they get in, when they really start trying to fight, he just goes to another level, man. I think somebody gonna have to prove him wrong, prove or figure something else out, because once he figures you out, he got power, he got the heart. He's really actually sharper than
everybody give him credit for.
Yeah, give him credit for. He really sharp with it for real. You know what I mean? So I gotta go with Tank, man.
Yeah, that's who I'm going with. I'm going with Tank, man. I remember my younger brothers, former two-time champ Lamont Peterson, Anthony Peterson, when they first told me about Tank, They was like, man, this when they were in their prime. They was like, man, this dude named Tank Devontae Davis, man. They said he the real deal. And ever since I watched him, man, he ain't never the real deal. I'm gonna make my prediction right now. I got Tank in 7, and you can book it.
Yeah, I say the same thing. 6 or 7, he usually just warming up and figuring out, you know, because he's a smaller fighter. Sometimes he got to get around a longer reach, but by 5, 6, or 7, man, he and them dudes chest. When they say they try to stand there and fight with him, they don't have a chance, man.
Yes.
They stand in that pocket with him, they in trouble. Start exchanging with that little dude, man, and he got too much power, man. Too much heart. He take them in what they call up at the gym, Kiki. He take them in the deep waters.
Yeah. Okay, Gill. Okay.
Kiki know what I'm talking about. He take them in the deep waters and they drown, man.
Oh man. Yeah. Hey man, if y'all just getting in here, man. Big Gill in the building, man. DMV legend, man. Kiki, is there any more questions in the comment section before we close this thing out?
I think I asked them all, but wait a minute. I think Derek, I think he had something. He wanted to know, he said to ask you about Gino.
That's crazy, man. That was my college teammate. So his parents wanted him to play point guard his senior year, so he would have, you know, a better chance at making the NBA. And he just got up there and shot the ball every time, man. He shot, you know, he was shooting terrible. 20% from the field, like 30% from the field, 20 for 3, and he was just jacking shots up. So none of my friends like him, you know. So that's why Derek said,
man, Dirk coming with that heat tonight, man.
Yeah, that's it. I hope everybody was able to get in tonight, because I think something's going on with YouTube.
Yeah, YouTube.
It's still showing like we're not live or something. It says live, then it says it's people waiting to get in, and then up here it says 0 people in here, but it is people in here because we talking to them.
Right,
so I'm
like 20 people in here
going on tonight, huh?
Right.
We about to sue YouTube because they raining on our parade, man. We got special guests in here, and we need everybody in here.
But people are in here. That's the thing. It's just not showing up at the top. I don't know what's wrong, but hey,
it's all good because
they in here because they talking.
Right.
They in here trying to stop us from being great.
I'm glad y'all had me. I hope they were able to see this great conversation that I had with y'all, man.
Yeah, most of people did, and if not, it's okay because it's still loaded here. And tomorrow we're gonna put everything up, so everybody will still see it. It's gonna be up here forever on our page, on our YouTube page. And I send you the link tomorrow, Mike, too.
Okay, I appreciate it.
Yeah,
that's right. I got one more question. We're gonna close it up, Mike.
Okay.
Throughout your journey, whether it was middle school, high school, college, and overseas, how would you describe your journey?
It was great, man. I think everything prepared me for life at this point. You know what I mean? Being able to deal with people and communicate with people, it helped me on my job. Being a team player and working hard is all making me make money at this point. You know what I mean? It's all enabling me to make money. You know, just playing sports, being a team player. Like you said, when you play with other great players, you got to take the back seat sometimes. I'm able to do that in the working atmosphere or in the business atmosphere. And it works out pretty well for me. So I think my journey has been great. And I'm proud of everything I've accomplished, you know, in basketball, man. Still got great people like y'all reaching out to talk about my story. So I must have done something right, you know.
Yes.
I appreciate y'all having me, you know. That's what I've always been appreciative for, all my opportunities and everything that happened to me. So other good things always seem to follow up.
Yeah, I love it, man. Every time I get a guest on the show, everybody out here, they know I get flowers because tomorrow ain't promised to you. Gill, thank you for taking the interview. Thank you for representing DMV basketball to the fullest. East Coast, West Coast, East Coast, wherever you went, overseas, wherever you went, you always represented DMV to the fullest. It's truly an honor to interview you. Kiki, she said, reach out. We reached out to you, and you took it within days' notice. So for that, man, we forever grateful, man. Continue success in what you're doing. Whenever you need something to advertise your platform, man, we're just a phone call away. You want to advertise something. Like I said, continue success. And I want to agree that this is not going to be the last time that, we chop it up.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So
no problem, man. I definitely love to chop it up with y'all on camera or off, man. I like to talk to other bright people as yourself, you know what I mean? And the questions y'all gave me were very intelligent and just helped me expand on my whole situation. So I appreciate y'all having me again, man.
Yeah, I'm so glad you was able to do it, because when Lou said we was going to do switch up and go to basketball, I said I had you. I said we got to get Mike on here. We got to get Mike. I said I know he'll do it.
Yeah, so Kiki, you know I'm gonna show up for you, man.
Yes, I was like, I'm gonna reach out to him, and that's what I did. You did take it on a couple of days' notice, and I really appreciate that. We really appreciate that.
Oh, no problem. Anytime.
Yeah.
I love what y'all doing. Anything to bring light to, the guys around here, the DC DMV guys, I'm with it. So I appreciate what y'all doing as well.
Yeah, and everybody was in here. They wrote back saying they in here. They showed up. They in here. So something's just wrong with these numbers. But everybody in here. They said you a humble dude, good interview and everything.
Okay, that's cool.
Yeah,
man.
So they love the interview. You even spit some bars. I hope they heard that.
Yeah.
Man, Gill, that's classic shit, man. We didn't have 40
you
guests
our
on
first
the show.
rapper.
Oh yeah, that's one thing about YouTube, man. It don't go nowhere. Somebody was called me right before this, like, man, I'm looking at YouTube, the video you had a couple years ago. So one thing about YouTube, they will get to see the rap. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
that's right.
Yeah.
They will get to see it.
Do you have any can you tell the people where they can find you? Any social media handles?
Oh yeah, well you can find me at payroll_slim on Instagram, and I'm just Michael Gill on Facebook. But yeah, those are the two places that I'm at.
You said payroll_slim?
Yeah, okay. On Instagram, and I'm just Michael Gill on Facebook.
That's right. Kiki putting it up there, man. Get that shine on, man. This guy 6'6", can handle the rock. Give it to you inside, outside. Man, y'all better recognize, man, basketball royalty. Man, look here, man. Hit that like button. And before y'all leave out of here, if y'all new to the channel, hit that subscribe button, man. Put your hands together for my guy, Michael Thrill Gill. I want to see 1,000 claps in that section, man, because this guy put in work. It's time to honor the DMV legends, because that's one of our goals. Me and Kiki talked about, Gill. When we got the platform, we're going to honor our own. You know what I'm saying? So put y'all hands together and thank, man, Mike Thrill Gill for stopping by, man.
All right.
That's right. So Gill, man, we're going to be in contact, man, and we're going to continue to build a relationship, champ. Thank you for coming on, man.
Please stay in contact with me, bro. Nice meeting you, man, and thanks for having me, y'all.
Oh, somebody said you crossed them over at Morgantown. Preston Daniels.
Oh, that's my man, Preston.
Yeah, that's my sandbox right there, man. My man, Preston. Yeah, we grew up by the Shrimp Bowl, Hillside Road, man.
Oh, okay. That's a bet, man.
Yeah, but go ahead, Gill, man. I know you got things to do, man. Thanks again, man. We're going to be in contact, champ.
I bet.
Thanks, Mike.
All right, champ.
Thank you.
Yeah, man. This is classic stuff right here, man.
Yeah. That's good.
Yeah, that's right. That's right, man. Get it again, man, for my man, Michael Thrill Gill, Dunbar, Pittsburgh, California, Berkeley finest, man. Give it up.
Yeah, that was good. That was good.
Yeah, Kiki.
Yeah, that first rapper.
That's right. Hey, look. Hey, Kiki, when he started doing the bars, I was like, wait a minute. He just did it on the spot like it was nothing. But only do you get exclusive stuff like that only on Live with
Liteskin Lou, baby.
That's right. Kiki, man.
And you see, Preston said y'all gotta do a mixtape. Y'all gotta do a mixtape. Yeah, because he'll put it up, but I was saving it because we hadn't talked about the music yet. So that's why I left it up there for a minute.
Yeah, Kiki ran the show today. I know that's her man, Mike Gill. So I said, Kiki, you know what? Go ahead and let you get your feet wet, do your thing, girl. You was out here, doing your thing. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I appreciate that. Thank you. And look, you caught me off guard with that because I was not expecting that.
Nah, but I know you stay loaded, so that's why I came to you. So yeah, let's give it up for the chat, man. Let's give it up for the chat. The chat stayed in strong, even though y'all numbers didn't show up on that screen. Guess what?
Yes,
we know y'all was here. We felt y'all. We heard y'all voice. So Kiki, if you don't mind, let's go through the chat and let's get these people, a round of applause.
Let's see who we had in here. So we had Darsu Abdul. I hope I'm saying your name right. Darsu Abdul, Brian Thomas, Arnold Mays, Savage Nation, 51 Zoe, Eddie B. We had Jamar Hill. We had Preston Daniels, Derek Halls. I think I said Eddie B already. We had Ray John Johnson, Tiffany Pate, and JB202, and Jeff. And there was some others in here, but that's who was in the chat.
Okay, yeah. Give it up for the chat, man. The chat, they in here holding it down, man. Hey,
and
look,
Ray John said, thorough interview, y'all. Great job.
Man, thanks, Poot. Special shout out to my man, Poot, man. 36 years in the game. That's my guy.
And Jamar said, "Oh, Lou gonna start the rapping."
Hey, look, I wasn't ready, man. He started spitting the bars. I was like, wait a minute, I ain't had nothing in the chamber.
Thanks, Lonzo.
Oh man, that was a beautiful thing, man. Like I said, I love interviewing guys like that because I remember catching the bus, riding the subway to see these guys put that work in, man. Anybody in here, y'all know these guys like Mike Gill and Peptides, all these guys, they had a lot of weight on their name coming up in the DMV area. And I used to break my neck to go see them play. So it's truly an honor to be able to sit in front of them for an hour and them tell us their stories.
Yeah. And I think they really appreciate that too, that people still, care, look up to them or even think about things that they did back in their high school days or college and stuff. I think they appreciate that.
Yeah. So I was going to ask you, what stood out to you the most, but I'm already reading your mind. It probably was this bars that he spit.
Yeah, I mean, I after I watched that interview the other day, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna ask him to spit some bars. I mean, although I already knew that he could rap because I got the album, but I just wanted to, see if he had spit a couple of bars. We had talked about that, and I said I was gonna ask that. So he gave it to us right off the dome.
Yeah, that's right.
He still got it. I think he need to get back into it.
He see how look, all rappers, you see how he was putting his hands out like, yeah. That's what a rapper do. They can't just rap standing still. He had to put some English on it, man.
But you see how he was saying though, the money, I guess as easier as it was for them to just, give out money to them like that. It's not like that anymore. So I understand. Sometimes if you put more money, into it and you're not getting nothing out, sometimes it's like a waste, because you waste the money. You're not getting nothing out of it.
I agree.
I'm proud to see what he doing, got his own business, and he be hauling them cars. And you see how he was saying, as he said, I knew from when he was doing building engineering stuff. That's how he, made relationships with, project managers and different people. And now, he got his own business and he working for these dealers, these getting contracts with these dealerships and stuff.
Yeah, and that's a beautiful thing, man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. Savage Nation, another one of my sandbox, man, from day one, man. My man, Big Zoe. Hey, look, Kiki, Big Zoe had about 1,000 questions in there.
I know, didn't he? Look, I haven't seen him in the chat in a minute, and today he brung it. Thanks, Lonzo. He wasn't playing. He brung it today. He had everything.
He probably took off from work.
Boop said DC full of talent, can't sleep on us. You right about that?
That's right. Really are. And guess what? We're going to continue to bring you that DC talent right here on Live with Liteskin Lou, man. We're gonna keep on Kiki gonna keep on reaching out to these people. Man, Kiki got like a big old book of just names, and she just be going through the drink, just getting them. So don't ask me who getting on there. Y'all ask Kiki. I ain't got nothing to do with that. I just show up and interview. She handles all of the interviews and booking the dates. Yeah, the booking. That's right. So yeah, if y'all got y'all hands together, y'all still in here. It's still like 16 people in here. Y'all give it up for the lovely Kiki, man. She ran the show today. She was sharp like a tack, man. She did her thing. So y'all give it up for the lovely
thank
Kiki.
you. But I learned from the best. You say the lovely Kiki, so I'll say my handsome host, Liteskin Lou.
You know what? I like that. I'm gonna write that down. I'm gonna start leading with that. I'm your handsome host. Liteskin Lou.
So y'all give it up for my handsome host, Liteskin Lou.
That's right, man. Like again, man, we appreciate you guys for coming in. I know it's late. We just had another interview with Michael Gill. Next week, we got something on this lab again. Stay in tune with our social media stuff. Kiki gonna be posting who we have on there, and boom,
we going on Monday next week, y'all. We will be on Wednesday, I think, but we going on Monday first. So next week we're gonna start off on Monday.
Yeah, that's right. So stay tuned, man. Kiki, give them our social media stuff.
Yeah, make sure y'all follow us on all our social media handles: Instagram and Facebook, Live with Liteskin Lou, Twitter, Live with LSL, and TikTok with Live with Liteskin Lou or Live with Liteskin Lou Show.
That's right. So with that being said, y'all know what it is. Kiki got to hit her stories. I got a game coming on.
Jamal
what he say?
Please, Kiki, don't hype him up like that. Hey, come on. Hey, look, he was writing it down too, Jamal. He ready.
Look.
Handsome host Lou. Oh my gosh. Please don't. You can't call yourself that. You can't say that.
Yeah. Look, that was just for Jamal. He out here hating, man.
Next week he gonna say, "Yeah, I'm your handsome host, Liteskin Lou, and to my right hand, my right here is the lovely Kiki."
That's right. You gotta lead with something. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, y'all been here long enough to know what the words is. Every time before I close, y'all know what it is. Stay humble, stay hungry, and always live your life to the fullest, because tomorrow ain't promised to you. Thank you guys for continuing to show up every week as we continue to bring you guys great interviews. Thank you. And yeah, let me find my thing first. I'm about to end it. I ain't even got my thing. But thank you guys. And good night.
What about the stay humble?
I already said that.
You did?
I already said it. You need to get your mind right.
You said stay humble, life is short and all that?
Yes, you lunching.
Oh, shit.
You lunching. So with that being said, y'all, have a good night. And we up out of here. Peace.
Yeah. Nah, no profit. Yo, where you at? My homie Lou on the mic. Them other hosts need to stop. They ain't doing it right. If you ain't turned in the Lou, what you doing with your life? Conversation so sharp, it ain't your usual night. We got athletes, entrepreneurs, even celebrities. Politicians discuss nationwide discrepancies. Hardcore tackling issues in our community. Spreading our knowledge, creating an opportunity. Tune in live with Liteskin Lou. Tune in live with Liteskin Lou. Tune in live with Liteskin Lou. Tune in live with Liteskin Lou.
Liteskin Lou.